season. That does it for 11 Alive News at 11:30. It is 12 o'clock right now, so let's start the news at noon.
11 Alive News at noon starts now.
Breaking their silence, a grand juror in the Breonna Taylor case making a stunning claim against Kentucky's Attorney General. And we're hearing for the first time from one of the officers involved. A potential name change for an Atlanta high school. The name now under consideration. Returning to the classroom, another Metro Atlanta school bringing students back to the classroom. What Phase 4 will look like in Henry County and when it begins. The Decision 2020 countdown clock is on. We are now 13 days away from the November 3rd election. Nearly 2 million Georgians have already cast their ballots either by absentee or by in-person voting. These numbers updated as of last night. State and county election officials now saying with the surge of voters headed to the polls early, our state could see some of the fastest voting results ever in a presidential election. Here's a quick look at the numbers. More than 1.1 million have voted in person. Nearly 800,000 have cast their ballot by mail. Total voter turnout is up 133% compared to this time in 2016. If you need help locating voting polls near you, check out our voter guide. There you'll find everything you need to know about times, locations, and days. Just go to 11alive.com/vote. Less than 36 hours until the presidential debate, and right now we're taking a live look outside Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee, where final preparations are underway. This will be the last time we'll see President Trump and Joe Biden on stage together before the election. Tracy Potts is tracking the latest.
Long lines across America marking a surge in early voting with less than 2 weeks to go.
I know it wasn't interesting in the past, actually, but I think now it's very important to do so.
More than 30 million people have already voted, 2/3 of the early vote total from 2016. NBC tracks more Democrats than Republicans so far. Both candidates are honing in on Pennsylvania, where polls are deadlocked.
If we win Pennsylvania, we win the whole thing.
President Trump protesting a Supreme Court ruling allowing Pennsylvania ballots to be counted up to 3 days after the election. And he's chiding the state for not reopening sooner.
You guys aren't even open yet. What the hell is going on with your state?
President Obama campaigns in Philadelphia today for Joe Biden, who's behind closed doors preparing for tomorrow's debate. Topics include families, race, climate, national security, leadership, and COVID-19.
Make no mistake, we are in the second surge.
With much of the country overwhelmed with new cases, the candidates are hitting the airwaves.
Joe Biden nos permitiría arreglar los daños.
And hitting the handful of states that could determine the outcome. And we're following the money in this campaign, and that's important in the last days. It looks like Joe Biden's got almost 3 times as much as President Trump in the bank to spend. The president raised a lot of money, over $1 billion, but he's also spent it. I'm Tracy Potts.
And don't forget, you can watch the final debate right here on 11 Alive tomorrow night. NBC News' Kristen Welker will serve as moderator. Lester Holt, Savannah Guthrie, Chuck Todd, and Andrea Mitchell will lead NBC News' special primetime coverage beginning at 8 p.m. And this just in, Senator Kamala Harris will be visiting Atlanta on Friday. It is her first stop in the Peach State since winning the Democratic nomination for vice president. You may recall her husband was just here on Sunday urging Georgians to take advantage of early voting. Joe Biden's wife, Dr. Jill Biden, also in the state on the first day of early voting. As soon as we learn more about Senator Harris's visit, we'll be sure to update you both on air and online. Also, President Trump's oldest son making another campaign stop in Georgia. Donald Trump Jr. will talk to voters on Friday. He'll stop in Atlanta first before heading to Macon. Trump Jr. visited Cobb County last week. And happening later today, Census Bureau officials expected to share updates on 2020 census operations. And what comes next? They say 99.98% of all housing units nationwide had been accounted for before the count abruptly stopped early last week following a Supreme Court ruling. The Trump administration administration successfully arguing that the Bureau needed the time to get the numbers together before a congressionally mandated year-end deadline. This is also happening today. Governor Brian Kemp expected to make an announcement on economic development in the state. This begins at 1:30 p.m. at the state capitol. So in about an hour and a half, a number of officials are expected to join him, including the Commissioner for Economic Development. We will stream it live on our digital platform, so look for that. Chesley.
All right, thanks a lot, Sheba. We are looking at a beautiful afternoon. Although we have a few extra clouds out there, some little moisture is now starting to move into, or at least pushing into our forecast area. Now, the rain itself will stay down to the south of us, not expecting any rain, at least for today. That rain chance will increase over the next couple of days. It's mild out there already. 75 degrees right now in Atlanta and Peachtree City, 77 degrees. Over in Thomaston, you got 79 right now, close to 80. And Edenton, so some spots will hit 80. Like Athens, you're at 79 now. You'll likely hit 80, maybe the low 80s out there. Even up to the far north, you got temperatures in the 70s. It's only over toward Carrollton and LaGrange where you're at 69 degrees this afternoon. Again, temperatures approaching the 80-degree mark will remain mild. The wind should stay light out of the east, about 7-8 miles per hour. We'll drop down to 73 degrees with partly cloudy skies by 7 o'clock tonight. And now we have a strong Category 1 hurricane headed toward Bermuda, moving to the west-northwest at about 12 miles per hour. It's a good 400 miles, a little over 400 miles just to the east-southeast of Bermuda. Will likely brush by there, not make a direct hit, brush by tomorrow. Again, possibly as a Category 2 as it continues to slide up to the north and staying away, at least, from the United States right now. Any other storms out there? We'll check on it. And the full forecast coming up. Sheba, back to you.
We'll see you soon. This is new today. The family of Breonna Taylor speaking out following a major development in the case. In a rare move, a judge has cleared the way for members of the grand jury that heard the case to speak publicly, and one has already done so. Typically, these proceedings are kept secret by law. One of the officers involved in the case, meanwhile, has broken his silence. Here's NBC's Blaine Alexander.
This morning, in an extremely rare and potentially revealing move, a judge has ruled the 12 grand jurors who heard evidence in the Breonna Taylor case are free to speak publicly. So far, 2 have chosen to stay anonymous, but according to their lawyer, are willing to talk.
They wanted to contribute to the truth and transparency of this proceeding for the benefit of the whole community.
3 officers carried out the raid on Taylor's apartment back in March, one charged with wanton endangerment for shots that entered a neighboring apartment. But the grand jury did not indict any of the officers in Taylor's death. Now, in a bombshell statement, one of those jurors writes, questions were asked about additional charges, and the grand jury was told there would be none because the prosecutors didn't feel they could make them stick. Adding, the grand jury didn't agree that certain actions were justified, nor did it decide the indictment should be the only charges in the Breonna Taylor case. Tamika Palmer is Breonna Taylor's mother.
So when you first read that statement, was that surprising to you?
Not at all. There's no way that, in my opinion, that he could have presented all those facts and nothing came from that.
The use of force.
In a statement, Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron writes, "It was my decision to ask for an indictment on charges that could be proven under Kentucky law. Indictments obtained in the absence of sufficient proof under the law do not stand up." Cameron has said the officers were justified in shooting because Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, fired first, wounding an officer. Walker said he thought it was a home invasion and that officers never announced themselves, but police say they did. Now the officer who was hit is speaking out for the first time.
It's not a race thing like people want to try to make it to be. It's not. This is a point where we were doing our job, we return fire. This is not us going hunting somebody down. This is not kneeling on a neck.
Now Taylor's family demanding a special prosecutor take over the case.
I hope to have this thing start over because it's been done wrong from the very beginning.
Developing right now, police still investigating a strange chain of events that happened early this morning. 2 people were shot and then ended up at a fire station. Police say it appears the shooting happened on Fontaine Avenue in southwest Atlanta. The victims then drove themselves to the fire station on Benjamin E. Mays Drive looking for help. And from there, they were rushed to the hospital. We're still awaiting word on how they're doing and if police have any suspects. Atlanta police say the man suspected of kidnapping 2 drivers is probably the same man who later attacked another person in Sandy Springs. That man threatening the lives of each victim while forcing them to drive to an ATM and withdraw cash. One of his victims told our John Sherrick that she feels bad for this man and she's still terrified.
It was horrendous.
Robin had just left a hair appointment on Piedmont at Sidney Marcus Friday, September 25th. And as soon as she opened her car door, a man jumped in the passenger side. She tried to get out.
I went like this. He leaned over and grabbed me, yanked me back in the car and said, "Drive or I'll blow your effing head off."
Atlanta police later released this security cam video from outside the salon that they say shows the attacker. The man forced Robin to drive to an ATM and withdraw cash. 2 days later, police say the same man attacked a woman at a gas station around the corner and forced her to drive to withdraw ATM cash. And now police believe it was the same man who attacked a third driver at a condo neighborhood on Roswell Road in Sandy Springs inside the perimeter, again forcing the driver to take him to an ATM for cash. Each time running away after getting the cash, Robin says all she could think about was staying alive. She engaged him in conversation.
And I told him, I've just been through breast cancer and I'm so sorry. Are you okay now? I mean, he was a nice guy.
Robin says he told her his name is Robert, 24 years old, the father of a 6-year-old son.
He said that he'd been laid off from his insulation installing job, and he had a 6-year-old he couldn't feed.
Atlanta Police Lieutenant Damian Crowder is hoping someone recognizes the man so police can get him off the street before he can strike again.
As far as the threats that were made, he did in fact threaten their life.
Robin says she relives the terror repeatedly.
I did feel sorry for him. The detective, when I was telling them the story, said, "Robin, if I need to feed my children, I work overtime. There are jobs to be had." He said, "Don't you dare feel sorry for him for what he put you through."
She gave the man a word of advice as he left her car.
Be the man you want your son to be. And he got out.
Well, here's another look at the man police believe is the suspect. It's a little grainy, far away, but perhaps you recognize his walk, his clothes. He has a cup in his hand as well. Crime Stoppers Atlanta is offering a reward of up to $2,000 in this case. People can leave anonymous tips to help police identify and capture the man. This has been a hot topic for years in Atlanta, changing the name of Grady High School. It is named after Henry Grady, a controversial figure because of his views on slavery and white supremacy. Nick Sturvant reports on the recommended new name.
But we are here for a very important reason, is that we want to make sure that we have a name for our buildings, for our facilities, that is representative of our values.
Tuesday, the naming committee met with one goal: creating a new name for Henry W. Grady High School in Atlanta. The committee was appointed back in early March by Atlanta Public School Board Chair Jason Estevez. For years, there have been rumblings, debates, and even a petition over changing the name. The school is named after Henry Grady, well known in the Atlanta area. He was a journalist and editor who campaigned against equality for freed slaves.
Grady as a symbol represented, white supremacy, things like that.
The committee came into Tuesday's meeting with a narrowed list of 5 potential names.
I do think someone like Ida B. Wells, who is a national figure, is healthy for us.
I believe the students and the faculty also believe that the name Midtown has a certain element of the values that they embrace.
In a majority vote, the committee decided to go with Ida B. Wells. The recommendation will now head to the school board for the final decision.
Ida B. Wells, one of the founders of the NAACP and one of the early leaders of the civil rights movement. The committee also discussing the Atlanta Public School Board's desire to change the name of Grady Stadium. All right, coming up here, some Henry County students returning to the classroom next week. Why district leaders say they now feel it's safe to move to Phase 4.
Or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This
Coronavirus case rates are on the rise in several Atlanta suburbs. So let's take a look at the three here. Cobb County has the third highest number of COVID cases in the state. Right now, it has an infection rate of more than 2,600 cases per 100,000 people. Clayton County has also seen its numbers rise with more than 2,500 cases per 100,000 people. Rockdale County's case rate is more than 2,100 cases per 100,000 people. They've added 125 cases in the past 14 days. And while the numbers are still fairly small when adjusted for population size, it is clear that infections are rising in all three of these metro counties. Turning now to education during this pandemic, Henry County Schools ready to enter its Phase 4 plan. High school students whose parents chose the in-person option will return to the classroom 5 days a week starting Monday. These are for the high schoolers. The Board of Education approving the start date this week. This is the final phase of the hybrid learning plan. As with other school districts, it is optional. Henry County Superintendent Mary Elizabeth Davis says they've been keeping a close eye on the COVID-19 numbers for that area, and they now feel it is safe to advance to this phase. According to the district, 36% of families opted for in-person learning. The state's third largest school district opting to continue with virtual learning rather than face-to-face instruction. DeKalb County school leaders updating its Board of Education about the plan on Monday. The district says COVID-19 cases are still too high and are not dropping enough for students to return to the classroom safely. During another meeting last night, some parents urged the board to reconsider and reopen schools, saying they at least just want the option to send their child to school. Chesley, have you started your holiday shopping yet, by the way? We have that story a little later on.
Yeah, you know, I've already started. I usually get it done. I'm usually done by now, actually, but a little bit slower this year. Take a look outside. Sheba, looks beautiful out there. We do have a few more cumulus clouds around thanks to that low level moisture that's increasing in our forecast area. So we're going to see partly sunny skies for the rest of the afternoon. I'm not expecting any rain to come out of those clouds at all. Just a bug flying around the lens, no doubt seeing its shadow or reflection and thinking it's another bug trying to attack it perhaps, or a meat. Maybe it's like, you know, Twitter or something, you know, you swiped or something. Anyway, this is Tourist Park down here. Again, you can see we're looking pretty good on the outside. Very, very nice. All right, we are looking at changes gradually happening over the next couple of days. Our clouds will continue to increase and our rain chance will go up as well. The rain today, I think, will be in the central and southern portions of the state. Putnam and Jasper County may see a stray sprinkle or two maybe happening closer to Edenton as we speak. A little stray sprinkle. Won't last long, but I think that will be the extent of how far north that rain will get. Again, staying in the central and southern portions of the state. 9 out of a possible 11 today on the Wizometer. It's how we rate your weather on a scale from 1 to 11, with 11 being the most perfect day we can have for this time of year. Not quite there. 78 is well above our average for this time of year, and you throw in the clouds with that as well. Not like that brilliant sunshine we had just yesterday. All right, we're looking at the southeast, stuck in the same pattern. We have this high pressure up here to the north, and it's been giving us that easterly flow, and so that's the way it's been pretty much all week long. You got little fronts that make their way toward us, but not able to get through the area because of that area high pressure. So we'll watch that. Very strong Category 1 hurricane out in the Atlantic right now. Epsilon headed toward Bermuda, moving to the west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. Right now, Bermuda under a tropical storm warning. You can see it highlighted there. The storm is forecast to perhaps increase in strength to a Category 2 before brushing by the island and then eventually just heading further out to sea. So not going to pose any threat to the United States at all. Here's our forecast. Partly sunny skies for the rest of the afternoon. Low chances for rain around. We'll introduce a 20% chance by tomorrow afternoon. Then a 30% chance as we head into Friday afternoon. So we're going to hold on at least to the clouds, that mix of sun and clouds, and that rain chance gradually goes up. In fact, the highest I think is Saturday right now with a 40% chance for rain. We'll keep that chance for rain in the forecast through the beginning of next week, so it remains unsettled, but they're very low chances. Sheba, back to you.
Thanks, Chesley. We often turn to search engines when we need a quick answer to a question, right? But what did we do before they were created, and how exactly do they work? We have the answers.
19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear, on 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Georgia's Attorney General joining 10 other states and the Department of Justice in suing Google. It is the largest antitrust case against a tech company in more than 2 decades. In its landmark complaint, the U.S. Justice Department alleges that Google holds an unlawful monopoly in the online search market. Google says what it did is no different from businesses paying for prime real estate in stores for their products. The landmark lawsuit has some people wondering how we ever functioned before search engines. NBC's Chris Pallone takes a look at how they work and how they decide what to show you.
It wasn't that long ago when learning everything there is to know about something required a trip to the library or the encyclopedia, when Yahoo just described a rude or noisy person and Google was certainly not a verb. But now using search engines is as ingrained in everyday life as making breakfast or brushing your teeth. But have you ever wondered how search engines spit out millions of pages in less than a second when you hit search? Danny Sullivan is the public liaison for search at Google. He says the search giant's computers look at billions of web pages every day.
We look at pages all across the web. So many pages that I think we estimate that if you put it all into a book, it would go to the moon something like 12 times and back.
Matching the words in your search to those pages is easy. What's difficult is ranking those pages so the most relevant information is right there at the top of the first page. That's where signals come in, clues that a page is related to what you're looking for.
well, a lot of people link to this page. It's like a lot of people pointing to that page. Maybe that's a good signal that that page is really a helpful page or it's well regarded.
The Google algorithm also knows common synonyms of what you're searching for.
If you said, I'm looking for running shoes, we might also find jogging shoes.
The top result on a search page is what Google thinks is the most helpful to your search.
We have billions of searches that happen per day, and 15% of them are new, like we've never seen them before.
As with anything, it's up to the user to determine whether the content they find is reliable.
You should look at multiple sources.
As more people search for something, the results should get better and better, saving us all a trip to the library.
So are you one of those people who've already finished their holiday shopping, kind of gotten into it a little bit more? Like Chesley will tell you how many people are ahead of the game, plus a big worry this holiday season.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect.
Well, the holiday season isn't here just yet. It's close, but Americans are ahead of the game when it comes to holiday shopping already. According to financial website The Lending Tree, 25% of people say they've finished their holiday shopping. It jumps to 44% when it comes to parents of minors. Researchers also found that a large number of Americans are worried about the debt they may accrue because of the holiday season. And a holiday tradition for many families is now set to change this year. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, one of my favorites, will not air on television for the first time since 1966. That's the year it debuted. You can still watch the Peanut Gang on Apple TV+. If you don't have the service, you can still watch it for free from October 30th until November 1st. So just a couple days you have. A Charlie Brown Christmas and a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving will also stream on Apple TV+. I don't know about you. I'm a little disappointed over that news. Give me a shout on Twitter. Let's talk about it. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching 11Alive News at 11:30 and at noon. I'm Sheba Russell. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11 Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATX.